Hello, 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 hello. Gonna wait a couple of moments for people to come on in. All right. Let's see. Okay. Wanna make sure. Okay. I'm excited about this combo. It's gonna be great. Just want to make sure all these windows are closed because baby, we do not need no friction tonight at all whatsoever. Okay. All right. We are in it. We are in it. We are in it. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. Let me see if let's see. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Such a good discussion. Such a good discussion. Hey. Let's see how we're doing over here. All right, we are live. We are live. We are live. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and step right on in to the conversation regarding planning, right? So we're talking about putting plans in place. All right. We're talking about putting plans in place so that we can have a successful 2024. We're going into a new year in about 3 months. And last night we had a really, really, really good conversation about what it takes for you to see the type of life that you want to have, right? This is really where the rubber meets the road for a lot of you. And tonight we're going to really just dig into the conversation about what it takes to have a successful 2024. Okay. If you have went through this year and you got to September, you're like, man, this is crazy. I got to get myself together. What is happening? This is the time to really, really sit down with yourself and say, I need to fix what happened. Because what I don't want to do is continue to repeat the same thing over and over and over again, right? I want to be able to have um a successful 2024. Hey Sasha, welcome. I want to be able to have that for myself. So if this is your first time seeing me on live, seeing me on this channel, my name is Jay Butler. I am a mindset and business coach, turning into more of a business strategist, content writer, still a coach. I don't think I'll ever forsake that title because that's just what I do. I absolutely love what I do. And but this is what I do. I own a company called Ellison Consulting. It is a company that I have been blessed to run for the past 3 years. Hello, Shanti. And it is a blessing to run this business. And I've been able to see and meet and talk to and discuss people's, especially women, because I work primarily with women, and work with them on their mindset, work with them on their business model, work with them on what it takes to run a successful company. And we have so many things that can come against us in so many ways, where when we're talking about planning and we're talking about creating, that is a self-guided concept, right? It's self-guided. You have to want to do the work. And some people are only fazed by the results, but they don't think about the journey. They don't think about the journey to get there. So this is going to be a very, very good conversation. Like I said, I want this channel to definitely grow. And we're growing. I mean, I've been able to see many like email subscribers, even YouTube subscribers to come to this channel within the last like 2 to 3 weeks. And it's just been a blessing to be able to serve people, because I think that we're in this age, in this time, where we have to start taking our businesses and our lives and our assignments very, very seriously. I mean, we just have to. That's where we are right now. And so at this particular point, we have to really decide, what do we want? And when I'm talking to women on a consistent basis about their businesses, about the work that they want to do, about the longevity they want to have in the world, about the permanency they want to leave in the world, like all of these things people want. They want the big, right? And we want wealth. We want focus. We want to leave something behind. We want to do this. We want to do that. And please feel free to like this video. This definitely helps. So one of the things I really want us to discuss tonight, right, is going deeper into intention. Because last time we touched on intent, we touched on it, right? We touched on what it meant to focus on planning and making decisions. And if this is, like I said, this is your first time, y'all know we relaxed over here, but we real raw. So if you sensitive, if you like to disagree with everything that everybody got to say, and I just like to speak my mind, this is a learning hub. Okay. So I just want to put that disclaimer. Hey, Courtney, welcome. So intention. We're going to talk about intent, the intent to have a successful 2024. Because like I told y'all last night, sometimes you got to go back to go forward. So some things that we have to do before we start planning, because I told y'all, before y'all go to these vision board parties, or before you host one, or before you tell your friend, girl, we need to be trying to have something together and do this and do that. Honey, let me tell you, if you go to anybody's vision board party, you need to already be in stone what you already have seen in the spirit realm. Don't get there and talking about, now I'm getting ready to put my vision. You need to know what you want before you even walk in the building. Before you even write down what you want to do, you need to spend some time looking in the spirit. How do I do that, Jay? How do I do that? Are you meditating? I didn't say praying, because praying is communicating with the creator. But there is a receptor. You have to be receptive to what the information is being downloaded about. That has to come by way of meditation. You got to know what you're hearing and what you're seeing. I told you I don't want to go too fast tonight. Because we have gotten too comfortable with going along to get along. We're going along to get along. Shanti said, I'm new here, but I need this. I know that's right. It really is about, like, I'm tired of going along to get along. I'm tired of having this knockdown, drag out in the spirit. And like I told y'all, we in spiritual warfare. And I'm not talking about us versus the enemy and us versus the devil and us versus all of it. I'm talking about we at war with the systems of this world. So we're at war to keep our own soul. And when I say keep your own soul, I ain't talking about somebody saving your soul, because like I tell people that if you believe in Christ Jesus, if you believe that he died for your soul to be saved, that's spiritually. But you also got to learn how to navigate in this realm systematically on an earthly plane. Because see, everybody want to hurry up and get to the end of days. Everybody want to get to the rapture. Everybody want to get to the 5D. And we want to get to everybody want to get to the end. Everybody ready for the apocalypse. Everybody ready for the sun to blow up. What have you done now? And what are you doing right now? What is happening in your life at this moment? What are you creating? Because you know what? Sometimes you can't create because you anticipating calamity. You can't even plan right. This is why we keep buying calendars and binders and all kinds of stuff. We're looking for the look of productivity. We're looking for this feeling that we're progressing forward and nothing is happening. So we buy planner after planner. Some of us got 2, 3, 4 planners for the same year. But what is happening in it though? You know, when I open up my planner, right? Even if you got a digital one, that's fine too. But even if you got a paper, I should be able to see a documentation of your life on paper. Like, what have I done? Like, you know, when they say there's something in the church they used to say, count your blessings and name them one by one. You can't even do it. Because you ain't, let me go back. What happened? Because if I was documenting my plans, and we're gonna go deeper into what a plan is, because last night I just scratched the surface. So tonight we're gonna go deeper, because I don't want you being shot like you was this year. Okay, I don't want you to be off like you were this year. Okay, even though yes, you got 3 more months to go and it's still time, sis. Yeah, I know that you still got time. But if your mindset has not grasped the fact, y'all sleep. If it has not grasped the fact that you dropped the ball on yourself several times this year, you're gonna keep doing that. I want to make sure, because y'all got to talk back to me. Y'all can't be quiet on me tonight. Don't go to sleep on me. I know it's late and y'all in the bed, but I need to know that y'all woke, because this is energy and this is the class. This is free. Some of this stuff I'm gonna be teaching, it's gonna cost you something. So you gotta soak this up. Let me say this too. Let's go back to plan. Let's get deeper on that, because this right here, I don't care how pretty it is. I don't care how many sprinkles is on there. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. What are you doing with this thing? Okay, so here we go. So last night we talked about how a plan is a detailed proposal. It's detailed, right? It's what we are proposing to ourselves. And look, I'm going to even go a step further spiritually, because ideas and visions and goals are all spiritual things. They're all the end imagined. It's the end. That's why I don't understand how y'all can kid. There's so much going on, and they said that it's going to be like this. How? This is the part I want y'all to understand. The reason why everybody is going off of somebody else's end, right? They said this, and they said that when the end comes, how? Did you plan yours? Did you plan your end? How come you can adopt somebody else's end, but you ain't created one for yourself? Courtney said, I write it in, but I don't execute half of what I put in it. I'm so glad you mentioned that. Execution. Let's it's a detailed proposal. Because when I talk about I've got a plan together, this is gonna be good. It's a list of steps. This is gonna bless you. It's a list of steps with details of timing and resources. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is gonna help you for the remainder of this year going into another round. Timing and resources. Y'all remember we talked about last night with Beyonce? When everybody was talking about BRICS and the dollar crashing and the recession and all this stuff going on, Beyonce launched a multi-million, hundreds of millions of dollars. She created a whole tour. And this ain't her first rodeo, right? This ain't her first rodeo putting on the tour. This is her art, right? And we can say whatever we want to say about the girl, and you can hate her, love her, think she demonic and all this other. But at the end of the day, creation, when you are using your gifts, you will be called something off. Especially when stuff starts happening to you, like, what? How she do all of that? Because when I planned this out, when I planned this out a year ago, I had a list of steps with detailed timing and resources. See, when people execute plans, we think something's off about them. We think that they are witch. We think that they possess, and you going into a portal, honey. You going into you finna be sacrificed. No, that's somebody who made a list. Who made a list of people? Well, you know, she does. That ain't what she does on her time off is none of our business. I'm trying to tell you, on a surface level, this girl executed a whole tour in spite of I don't know, girl. You know, it's so much going on. And you know, I really want to put this program together, but it's just so like I really want to just go full throttle in this business. But you know, folks ain't buying like there was because this girl built up a brand. People didn't care how much the tickets were. Folk went and got loans. Folk went and borrowed money. Folk went and made money. Folk went and got second jobs. People did what they had to do to get to the tour. You know why? Because this girl had already placed in, and she had etched it in the atmosphere that I'm going to do this tour and I'm going to do this art. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to sing. The order of the songs had to get, what do we say? Resources. So she had to get people. This is good right here. I want you to get off the Beyonce and look at the whole message of what I'm saying. In spite of people scared about BRICS, even quit their job, they did exactly what this girl said. But see, this is what I'm saying. but you're scared of putting a post out there. You're scared of being consistent with your content. But don't you know when decisions are made, the divine has to step in and do all the things to support what you said? That's a commandment. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So if I'm making a list of steps, I got a proposal. I'm writing down my goals. I got goals. I got the end and the outcome already determined. Okay, here we go. So if I say for 2024, I see myself here. I'm making and consistently producing $50,000 months. Okay, so we got $50,000 month. Okay, we're writing this down for 2024. So that means December 31st, 2024, the average, the minimum of what I'm supposed to be at is $50,000 a month. Okay, we got that part, right? Okay, so that's the end game. But we also got to think about the list of steps. What is it going to take for me to get there? Now, this is the how, right? So the how that you are putting out there is not because you don't believe God is going to do it any other way. This is the way that you feel. This is your consistency. And this is your discipline. Because why? Why is that? Because in order for me to get to $50,000 months, y'all, I've got to have the mindset to manage that type of money. Because if I'm only used to $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month, I'm not going to be disciplined when that 50 hit. That 50 going to hit and I'm going to tear it up. I'm going to tear it up. I'm not going to do right with it. If you just coming in, say hi, how you doing? Say something to me. Let me know. Yeah, let me know who's here. The whole point of a plan is to carry it out. But I got to put some time and some resources on the books. Okay. So if I don't know how to get to $50,000, right? And I'm looking at the scope of my work, I'm looking at the systems and the people around me. That means I got to make some changes, right? So because I can't look, as Courtney just said, Rudy Poo, my way to 50K. That realm looks very different from somebody that's only sitting at $5,000 a month. It looks very different from somebody who is at a W-2. I had a client ask me not too long ago, it was some months ago, about how do I balance? Ain't no balance. That's the thing. Like, you want to balance so bad because you know why? Who talks about balance all the time? 9-to-5s and corporations. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Mika. It's literally like, 9-to-5 is all about work and life balance. And balance, balance, and balance. No, it ain't no balance. You're going to have to take things one step at a time. You're going to have to put yourself on a schedule. Because somebody, hey, Tiante, if somebody is not going to receive the attention that they had when they was working at the 9-to-5, because 9-to-5 was structured. It was structured. You came in and you sat at your desk and you knew exactly what you were supposed to be doing every single day. There was a knowing when you came in. See, the plan was laid out for you before you got hired and came to the job. The plan was already laid out. That's why I told people, like, you worried about the rapture so much, and you worried about the apocalypse and Armageddon, and you worried about 5D and going into another dimension. I don't care what dimension. I don't care what rapture come. I don't care what mothership appear. At the end of the day, those are plans. And if you are not disciplined enough, you're going to fall up under that plan, because you don't know how to create your own. Don't you know that's a collective plan? This stuff is, y'all, please understand this. There are people right now that has gotten so bold that they are predicting the date and the time when the rapture is going to come. And don't you know, them dates have come and gone over and over and people believe in them. Oh, look, I feel it. I feel it. I'm like, what kind of crap is this? I gotta have balance. There is no such thing. It's gonna be some days where you gotta go ahead and generate, especially if you got a team or even if it's just yourself, because you gotta show revenue. You gotta show revenue. You gotta show the work. Some of y'all trying to get business credit and all this other stuff. You can't get no business credit if you ain't making no money. I'm just trying to get this. I'm trying to get that, and I'm trying to do this. Let me tell you something. When you decide that I'm going to put some details in order, so when I say $50,000 a month by December 31st, now I got to list timing and resources under that step by step so that I can stay disciplined. In my mind, what is it going to take to get there? Does it take me reaching out to 50 people a day? Does it take me reaching out to 50 companies a day? Does it take me reaching out and getting my LinkedIn together and then going back and looking at some of my old clients and saying, okay, who can I help with that amount of money? Da, 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 da. So you're writing all this stuff down and trying to get some. No, what we're doing is hoping that $50,000 come, that somebody just go to the mailbox and the $50,000 just sitting there. Now, I'm not saying miracles don't happen, but this, we really expect like no effort and we get something. That is called, what you're doing is setting forth disciplines. If you don't know how to govern yourself to get the $50,000, you are not going to be the appropriate manager and steward over that 50K. You're going to jack it up because you haven't set any discipline. That's why when people manifest stuff, they lose it so fast because they haven't yet set disciplines. They're not emotionally managed. They're emotionally unhinged because they don't know how to settle themselves. And every time they get a few dollars, they got to go spend it because they're trying to this whole vibe thing and want to feel better after they spend money. Why can't you hold that money? You got to hurry up. That's a consumer mindset. Some of us are addicted to going out for temporary gains instead of setting ourselves up for permanent success. That's good right there. That's good. That's good. So, a new round. Intention. It's an aim. It's still, it's playing, right? It's still a plan. But my intent for a better 2024 starts with the purpose. Why do I want this? What is the meaning behind it? And these are self-reflective questions. Like, I need to know the meaning behind me going to $50,000 a month. What do I want to do with this? Because you got to make it real for yourself. And a lot of us don't plan like we're supposed to because we don't feel safe to do so. Y'all need to put in the comments, I got to feel safe. I got to feel safe. I got to feel safe. Oof. That's good. I got to feel safe in order to plan. That's why we don't go deep enough. I'm going to say that one more time. You can act big and bad all day long. You can, oh, I got this, baby. I got this. We own it. And then you get behind closed doors and you like, I don't got it. I really don't. I don't feel like I got this together because I haven't even matched up to what I believe about what I'm doing. I don't even match up to the level of what I am deciding for myself. I got to decide to do this because I always tell myself I got this. I always tell myself I can make this happen, and I know God got me. But then do I really believe that God got me? Oof. So what is the purpose? What is the purpose behind all of it? So we've tried, we've managed, we've threw it out in the universe. Oh, I'm going to this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm gonna go all the way this time. But this time, because I've seen myself fail over and over and over and over again. What I tell y'all last night, the reason why we don't have as much enthusiasm in our planning process, the reason why we don't really go all the way, like we'll make plans, but we don't execute. I think somebody else said this in the chat that, I will write this stuff down and I don't go through with it. So what happens right there? What happens right there is because the opposite of decision is the beginning. And y'all heard me tell y'all probably saw clips of that on TikTok and clips of that on Facebook and blah, blah, blah. So there is, when I decide something, I've already seen the end. But that means I'm intending, the purpose of me making the decision is to leave the beginning because I don't like it no more. I don't like the beginning no more. I don't like where I'm at. I don't like the life that I am living. So when I say yes to something that I want to progress and go forward in doing, then guess what I got to do? I got to decide to go there. Because when I decide to do something, that's when, and I declare and I decree it, and it becomes law, it's got to come to pass. However, we can also take the decision back, which means that we reverse the decision. We we rescind the offer. We withdrew. We took it back. And when you take it back, what happens? You decide to go all the way back. You go back to starting point. That's good. You go back. Let me just go all. It's almost like you get 3 miles down the road. And then guess what happens? You realize you lost your phone. You realize that, oh, I forgot my purse, or I forgot my license. I forgot this. So guess what? You turn around and you go all the way back to where you started. Some of us have been living the beginning for the last 12 months. You've been living the beginning for 12 months. Ain't moving. All these goals that you wrote down, some of y'all had 100 goals listed. Had this calendar. If I ask you to open up your calendar right now and tell me what have you done in your business this entire 12 months, and you can't show me nothing but white pages, or if I tell you to bring up your Google Calendar and I don't see, I told my clients a long time ago, your calendar is your story. What have you done? You can be, so, because, we'll say we're busy and we're not truly busy. So the safety, and y'all can put questions. Please feel free to put questions about planning and all of that in the chat. I want to be able to bring some value here. I cannot keep going through the years and I don't even try to list out the steps that it takes. But because I don't feel safe in my body, I don't feel safe in my space, I don't feel safe where I am in my life, I don't go deeper, because to go deeper means to be intentional. And most times we don't want to face failure again, so we don't go deeper. But when we were younger, 19, 20 years old, y'all, to go deeper was not an issue. We didn't mind. We didn't mind going deeper. We didn't mind it. We did not mind going deeper, because going deeper meant that now we're in the God mind. That's when we're going into the deep, right? So when you get to a flow state, you forget about time. Y'all, let's go there. Let's go there. When I am in time, I forget about it, because I'm in the now. Okay. You know what? I'm so glad this book right here. If you're my client, you already know what book I'm going to, because it went back to the page again. I think this page is programmed. Here we go. I'm in one of my favorite books called The Power of Now. Amen, Shanti. I got your question, Courtney. It's The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Y'all, the transformation of human consciousness is about knowing. It's about knowing. It's not about believing anymore. Because to believe something is to insinuate that the thing that you believe in is not there. But you believe it's there and you hope that it is, and you hope that it's right. But to know something is there. To know something is there, I have a different way of, my behavior is different when I know something is there. Because there has been an experience with it. There has been a confirmation of settlement and peace about it. I've seen it before. I have experience with it. So I go from, I know that I'm safe, to I hope I'm safe. Now I don't want to, walk by I hope. I know that I'm safe. So if I know that I'm safe, that's when y'all be looking at these people, y'all be, there's so much going on in the world. You got to be careful. No, I'm all right. I'm safe. Nothing is going to happen to me if I decide to stop time and go into the flow state. Because see, all it takes is for you to know that at this particular moment, this is the power of now. Let me tell you how this works. God is in your now moment. You have to decide to be safe and be safe right now. And you got to feel safe. So which means what? Instead of always thinking about how you're going to make money and how you're going to do this and how we're going to do this and what is going to happen next year. And some of y'all are already in 2024 thinking about all the things that could go wrong, instead of focusing on the right now moment so that you can plan for everything to go right. When we're talking about the transformation of human consciousness, we shift from time to presence. Hold on, I got to give you this. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. When I think about presence, presence, one of the definitions of presence is it's the state of the state of existing. Okay, it's the state of existing, right? That's the first definition of presence. But the second definition almost made me throw my phone to the other side of this room. It said a person or thing that exists or is present in a place, but is not seen. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to read that one more time. If you got it, you got it. It's a person or thing that exists or is present in a place, So y'all, when I'm planning, I'm in a place where time don't even see me. I'm in a state. So time is just passing by, but I'm in the now moment. So everything can be going wrong around me. I can have chaos all around me. I can have problems, bank account looking crazy, clients acting up, family acting stupid, silliness all around, drama. But in my now, none of that see me. None of that sees me. I can't believe y'all. I guess this video was for me. And I hear but start hurting. It's literally the presence. Even though, yes, the you got synonyms to say, oh, well, maybe it's a ghost or spirit. When I'm in presence, in the presence, when I say I'm in the presence of God, you know when people say that, folks say I'm in the presence, God, we just felt the presence. You were in a state, you were in a place where calamity happened all around you, but there's a peace right here. Peace is safety. I'm calm. When I'm in presence, I'm not thinking about what's happening in the next moment, because the next moment, if I'm worried about what's going on 5 minutes from now, that means that I care more about what's getting ready to happen to me as opposed to me creating what's going to happen to me. Did y'all hear what I said? See, I got to calm down. Because see, I be getting myself riled up. That means I care more about what is planned for me to happen, whether, and I can just step back and say, no, I've decided against that. That's not happening for me. What is happening right now is that I'm going to create what's going to happen to me in 5 minutes, because I'm that powerful. I can't, nothing. Beyonce had this whole tour lined up, right? She had this thing lined up. However, when everybody was saying, well, Beyonce, I'm pretty sure she had some people around her to talk like that. Well, they said these jobs they're going to go out and this going to happen and this going to happen. So, people going to be acting up. She didn't cancel anything. I said what I said. I said exactly what is going to happen to me. We're going to carry on this tour. She in there practicing. Her and her dancers getting the routine down pat. The studio is mixing the music. The lights are being tested. The permits are going out. The stadiums are being reserved. The tickets are being sold. They're getting ready to prep for the system to take in the money. The CPAs and accountants on standby. That girl got a whole list of steps with details of timing and resources. Don't you know that's the God state? When you sit down and make a plan for something, you are in the God state of mind. That's in creation mode. And instead of me being under somebody else's thumb of decision, I make my own. Because when you don't have no plans for your life, and when you don't have no decisions made, and when you haven't created anything, and when you don't know what you got going on, you have allowed another force to put you in their plan, because you can't sit here and just do nothing. You got to do something. So which means that the universe got to put you in somebody else's frequency, because you don't know how to create your own. You don't know what to do. You can write plans right now and then it stops because you don't believe it deep enough to start executing, because you don't think it's going to come to pass. You don't believe that what you wrote down is the end result. Y'all, this helped me. This is going to help me. This is helping you. This is helping me. When I wrote down that I'm going to make $50,000 a month, or when I say that it's going to be $1 million a year, or when I said that I'm going to grow my email list to 5,000 people, I just decided what was going to happen. So it ain't about that being the issue. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not going, I'm the end and my beginning linked up. Y'all are not going to sit on this chat and fall asleep on me. I can't believe. What? I'm in the end and the beginning at the same time. Y'all not here? I don't know if this thing is broke, if something has happened, if there's a glitch. The end and the beginning are at the same time happening right now. So when people say, "Oh well, I just want to," no. The end and the beginning are happening simultaneously. When you sit down and plan, that's exactly what's happening. The end and the beginning are meeting up. Silly. Absolutely, Courtney. In the zone. How do you go about being safe? You look at your current moment. This is when you go into the zone. You're entering into the zone. This is a prep moment for you. I don't care about what your bank account say. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. If I'm sitting in a spot in my bed and focusing on, like tonight, let's say that intent. If I am sitting here and I am 100% fine, I don't have no tigers running after me. I don't have no nothing over my head right now. I'm not dangling off a cliff. I am in my home. I am in my bed, or I am at my desk. I am at my table, or I'm curled up on the couch, and I got my journal. I got my calendar. See, you need your journal and your calendar with you, right? So you need to sit down and you need to figure, like, this is the moment I'm going all in. I need my vision to appear before me. So which means that you need to just go ahead and get into the God space. I just need to get into the presence. So which means that you pray and ask that the portals open for you to enter in, right? The portals, because you need to be able to see past this time. Some of you can't see past the next paycheck. I need to calm down. I'm going too fast. Because if I get to a place, I'm getting to a place where I'm going into a new year, and I can't just be making those surface level goals just to do something. Because some of us are making goals based on safety. We're making goals and we know we're not prepared to enter in, because we think the resources have to come by way, like money has to be there. No, absolutely not. The resources come by way of you deciding that they're coming. And the resource, you got to be open to it with money or without money. Because some people manifest things and it doesn't take money. I got my client on here, Sasha is on here. She will tell you, you can manifest whatever you desire with or without money. Are you kidding me? That's a real thing. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. Oh, but I gotta see, I want to do all this stuff, but I already know that I can't. That's a real thing. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. I got to have money. No, you don't. Not all the time. When you create your future, let's go there. I designed it, right? I designed what I want to see happen. That's a deep work right there. That's when you hit other realms. That's when you go into I'm a co-creator, or I'm a creator of my reality. When people say you can create your reality, create your reality, you can create your reality. Let me tell you something. When you put a creation or create a plan in place, nothing can stop. You may have some wardrobe malfunctions. We already seen, like I told y'all last night, Beyonce had wardrobe malfunctions, right? She had zippers coming down and, all this going on up here. She had stuff going on. But guess what? She didn't cancel the show because she was embarrassed. This girl has gotten her hair caught in fans. She has fallen down steps. You think they're going to stop the show? Kept going. See, you'd have been and shut the whole thing down and said that I had this master class, only 3 people showed up, and maybe it's not meant for me to do this. But that was a part of your decision, though. It was part of the plan, because it could be 3 people this time, and it could be 103 the next time, and then it could be 1,003 people the next time. You're building up to manage what you said you were going to have at the end. That's what I tell my clients, like, y'all stop getting down on yourself if you only have 3 people to show up on a call or 5 people to show up on a challenge. You got to keep going, because that's momentum. Somebody thought highly of your value and what you bring to the table and what you bring as far as your mindset and your belief system and your values and what you teach in order to come to your class. Because it's going to be people in that class that's going to witness what you said is going to happen in the end. Come on, somebody. There's going to be a person or two. Like I don't know if Vicky's still on here. Vicky knew me back in 2014, 2015. And she's like, I seen you say what you said you was going to do and you stuck to it. You know, there are going to be witnesses along your journey that's going to be able to attest when you sat down at the beginning and made the end at the same time. Okay. The practical implementation of an idea. When I make a plan, I'm implementing the idea on paper. When I say I'm making a plan, I'm making an implementation, I'm making a strategy. Of the idea. Of the idea. So the idea was, I want to be a multi-million-dollar agency owner or a multi-million-dollar coach or a multi-million-dollar consultant. I want to be a multi-million-dollar course creator or whatever it is, a multi-million-dollar empowerment speaker, whatever it is that you said you was going to do. It didn't say that the journey was going to be perfect. It didn't say that you were going to have clients to come in and change their mind and want a refund or want to wreak havoc. It didn't say that you were going to have somebody that said that they were going to do this for you and they didn't do it for you. It just said that you're going to be a multi-million-dollar, but along the way, you're going to have a little bit of here and a little bit of there. But the steps of the timing and the resources have to meet up. It has to get done. It has to come to pass. So what's the takeaway? What's the takeaway, Jay? Like, help me with this. I don't understand. So how can I do it now? How can I move in safety and do this? Like I told you last night, consider how you've made decisions in the past. Consider how you did that in the past. You got to get above the mind. I'm gonna say that one more time. You got to get above the mind. You're over it. Because your mind, some of y'all have used y'all's mind in a way that is no longer productive for you. The mind is only necessary to think of how to solve problems and to keep you out of harm's way, physical harm. You using your mind to second guess everything that you're doing. This is a spiritual matter. You're using your mind for spiritual things. Oof, okay. I don't know what just unlocked right there, but it unlocked. Most of us are using a logical tool, an analytical tool for a spiritual topic. Your mind ain't needed in that idea. That's why when people say to you, girl, how you gonna charge $15,000 for that? When they ask you how, that's their mind asking you. spiritually, that person that can pay the person that can pay $15,000 is already created, because the decision was made that I'm going to charge this for this program. And when I decided that that was going to be the case, guess what started to happen? Somebody was raised up in that very hour, in that very moment. Somebody was brought up, like their spirit had to be called to that $15,000 offer. It's a percentage of people that's directly in alignment to that offer. I'm helping somebody up in here. I don't know if somebody's gonna buy that. What's the decision? It's a decision made. If you're gonna charge $5,000, charge the $5,000, because in that moment I've already decided, and that way it has to go for the spiritual. So here you go in your mind. I don't know if like, well, how is that gonna happen? And who got? Yeah, it's the recession. The recession is a logical issue. That's an ego. That's a systematic issue. You ain't got nothing to do with that. You don't have anything to do with that. You got to be in the body. But how you gonna own a business with all this stuff going on? Because I decided it was gonna be so. Y'all gotta start when people ask y'all these silly questions. They want your fear to rise up. They're calling on the fear. They call on your mind to, something's happening. That's why when your body tense up, it's as if a cheetah is chasing you and you barefoot in a jungle somewhere, in a safari. Ain't nothing wrong with you. That's why when it's time for you to send out emails or do DMs, you clamp up. Like a big black bear is behind you. You're not in harm. It's your mind telling you that you're not safe. Somebody's going to try to say something to you, and somebody's going to try to, you got to be careful. Are you kidding me? Look, I'm gonna tell you how psychotic I am. I write down names of clients that I'm gonna work with. See, that's a whole nother lie. That's a whole nother lie. The law of assumption. I may have to do that next week, because I assume it's true. I'll go to bed, and that's when I say I'm gonna do something and I write it down, it's law. What's gonna come and change that? And look, you can write down the names, and I'm even gonna give you another tip. You can also write down the results they gonna get. Are we talking for real, or we not talking? Are you kidding me? Ain't that free will? Ain't you imposing free will? I'm not. Absolutely not. I said what I said, because that person needs help. There are people right now that's hovering around you. Their spirits are hovering around you because they won't help. But because you got your analytical mind on, you can't see, because you're not in the presence. And don't you know? Okay, so there's a scripture, right, that says that, what is it? Live by the Spirit. I got to walk by the Spirit. To walk in the Spirit, I got to live by the Spirit. We finna go to bed. Because I know it's late for some of y'all. I got to make this plain. If we live by the Spirit, let us also walk by the Spirit. If we live by it, we also got to operate in it. So if I'm in the spirit realm, if I'm living by that, don't y'all know that's for real? That is for real. To live and to walk by something that you can't see yet with your senses, but you know it's going to come to pass because you said it. So you got people hovering around you that want to work with you and want to sign you on as their consultant or service provider or coach, blah, 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 blah. And because you ain't even tapped into that realm. So you still like banging your head up against the wall. How is this going to work? And how am I going to get clients? They around you, silly. Turn your eye on. Don't go into 2024 off like you did this year. Because some of y'all walked in this year completely off. And you need to breathe before you do. You need to meditate. Some of y'all need to meditate for 20 minutes. Just sit still and challenge yourself to sit still because you're going into the presence. And the presence requires you to have a peace of mind, not your mind wandering. Because your mind is going to be wondering, thinking all kinds of thoughts and what's going to happen in this. And I need to be checking my email for this and wonder who responded to my email. And I need to check my analytics and I need to get my email ready for tomorrow. And I need to pay that bill and I need to call this person back and I need to text this person back. Get that mind still. Because you got to go into the end and the beginning at the same time. It's got to be both. If you're in resistance, you are not in the presence. You're not in the presence. So anyway. You're safe. Nothing's going to happen to you. You're fine. And then you got to start looking back at your plan. Some of y'all are in survival mode. I hope y'all signed up for my master classes coming up on Thursday. I pray that y'all are signed up. It's free. It's a free master class. We're going to talk scrolling to souls, how to create content that converts, written content, not because you're not, when I say meditating and planning and the purpose and the presence and all of that, the reason why I'm telling y'all this is because you're not doing anything by way of logic. It's not by logic that you're going to get there. You're going to get there by way of spirit. Spirit is presence. I'm doing too much. I need to save some of this. I'm doing too much tonight. Let me see. I gotta write that down. I'm in the present state. That's the only way this plan is going to carry out. I got to be in the present state. I can't be all over the place when I'm doing this because my life is on the line. That's why you got to start looking and taking observation and audit some of these relationships and friendships and people in your life that is just tearing up your time and nothing is moving forward. Because if y'all still talking about the same things that y'all talked about 10 years ago, you remember when we went to that party? I'm not in the past. I'm not back there. I'm in the now. I'm preparing for something bigger. See, because I made a list of decisions, and the decisions I made, the past is gone. It don't even exist anymore. None of that is going on right now. We are past that. Some of y'all got to get out of that. If you in discussions where they talking about Egypt and building pyramids and what it used to be like in the 1940s and the 50s and how women did this and how men did this, you are in the wrong era. Because nobody's going back that way. I'm traditional, I'm modern, I'm this, I'm that. I don't care what you are. What are you right now? I'd be so glad when that whole conversation deck goes dead. I'm over it. That right there, all those conversations need to be put in a vault and sunk down to the bottom of the sea. We're in a fourth industrial revolution, and we still got people talking about the 1950s and how the men got kicked out. That is old. We're not even back there no more. I don't care about that. Because feminine and masculine doesn't even exist in the now. So what is y'all talking about? In the now moment, what is happening? Tradition and modern ain't gonna mean the hill of beans in 18 months. None of that is gonna matter. All this red pill, blue pill, green pill, purple pill, none of that is gonna matter. Y'all do realize that we in the matrix. No, what are you right now? Are you in the matrix or are you in the now? Are you in the present? If you're in the presence, if you're in the now moment, if you're in the God space, if you're in the spirit, ain't no such thing as a matrix. Girl, I'm going 5D, baby. 5D. We're going 6D, baby. We're going, how many dimensions is it? Where are you at now? Which dimension? Because you in 2D, as far as I'm concerned, the way you're talking. I'm so sick of these conversations. It's just silliness. It's all silly. These are people that are not planning for the future. They're listen, everybody. What do you? So if I do, if I hold an amethyst for 6 minutes, then what happens? Whatever you want to happen. If I write my affirmations down 100 times, I did that one time and nothing happened because you weren't in the presence. In the presence, you can speak it and it just take root. I'll be so glad when that crap is over. I need all these conversations to wrap up by the end of the year. We're not taking none of that into the new year. We just cannot. So this is a takeaway. We're going to get ready to end. Tonight, we need to pray. We need to talk to the divine and say, I need some help with planning. And you ain't even got to be, so I need some help with planning. I'm not a good planner. I'm a good writer of things down, but when it comes down to execution and implementation and getting the time and the resources down pat, I suffer in that area. But I do need a vision that is meant for me, that was meant for me before I entered this womb, before I entered this world, before I entered this system, before I entered this planet. What was the idea for me? What was the blueprint for my existence here? What was the plan for my prosperity? Because I'm living in the free world and I don't feel free. So right now I'm in the beginning where I feel lost. I feel lack. I feel like things are not happening for me the way I want to. So I need some assistance. And see, when you call on assistance, for sovereignty, to visioneer yourself, to quantum shift in another realm, you're calling on, you're calling in the agents of creation. So that means the God force. You're calling in God into this realm to say, okay, let's go ahead and make this plan. So then meditation happens, and then visualization starts to happen. What are my true desires? What does that look like for me? And the desires and all of these things cannot come until you are in a relaxed state. The body has to relax. I'm not saying go get no alcohol and all this other stuff. If you can't get relaxed with the God breath, which means your breath work, that's the only high you need to be getting high off of. You don't need to be getting all this other stuff. If you're doing all this stuff, stop it for a season. The only high you need to be doing is doing breath work, the God breath. Every time you breathe, control your breath. Become aware of the breath. And then that's when you start to feel your body actually relax. The body has to relax. And then the mind gets still. Then the spirit steps up. See, the mind and the body got to sit down somewhere. When the spirit says, okay, now that y'all then shut up and stop moving so much, now I can step in and do some stuff. And when you're in time, when you're in presence, you actually stop aging. You stop aging for that time. And then time picks up again when you become aware of time all over again. The clock actually stops for you. Let's see, people don't even talk about that. The time stops for you when you get in a nap. Let me get off of here because I'm going too deep. All right. I'm out. I'm out. Make sure you join my email newsletter. We got several courses. If you want to come into the matriarch, that's my coaching program. Get your booty in. Get your booty in. It's time. It is time. If you're interested, let me know. Send me an email. Y'all got my email address. Send me an email if you're interested in learning about how to work with me on a deeper level so you can get in time. All right. I love y'all so much. Have a blessed rest of your night. Go to bed in peace. Bye.